Truth or fake, we say hello to Vedika Bahl, who's over by the big board. Good evening to you, Vedika.
Good evening, Mark.
This weekend saw tens of thousands of people march in London for two rival protests, a far-right rally organised by the man who calls himself Tommy Robinson, and a pro-Palestine counter-demonstration. Viral images online claim that that far-right march had millions of participants, but this goes against the official estimate by London's Metropolitan Police. Tell us more.
That's right. Well, waving Union Jacks and carrying Make England Great Again signs, tens of thousands of supporters of far-right activist Tommy Robinson descended on the British capital last Saturday for a rally known as Unite the Kingdom. Now, they called for an end to migration, more Christian values, and said that they wanted to secure a future for British people. Now, along another route was a counter-protest with scores of anti-racism and pro-Palestinian demonstrators, although both of these marches were kept largely separate. But let's go back to Unite the Kingdom. When addressing the crowd there, Tommy Robinson, or as he's known, Stephen Yaxley-Lennon, if we use his real name, he said, "We are here in our millions," and he said that protesters were at the biggest events in British history. And this is something that's being claimed by his supporters online as well, who also have taken to social media to say that millions were out to unite the kingdom at that rally. But these claims are misleading because London's Metropolitan Police estimated that the rally drew 60,000 people. That's using helicopter and CCTV footage, so a far cry less than the millions that are being claimed there. And several of the viral images that are being shared are certainly misleading. They're not authentic, or that they are being shared, Mark, without context to inflate or exaggerate the numbers.
OK, so some bogus claims, it seems, in terms of the crowd size from Stephen Yaxley-Lennon, a.k.a. Tommy Robinson. Vedika, how exactly are these photographs misleading?
Well, several of the images shared by far-right accounts are AI generated. If we look at this photo, which is of people waving flags with Big Ben visible in the background, this was shared by hundreds of accounts saying how proud they were to see so many people turn out at the rally. Now, there are some obvious giveaways that this is certainly AI if we take a closer look. Firstly, the faces, I don't know what is going on there, but they are certainly very, very distorted. There's also the lack of realism with all of the flags facing the same exact way. There's not a certain a drooping one in sight. There's also the fact that this view of Big Ben, Parliament Square and Whitehall, this doesn't actually exist in real life. If we take a look at a stock photo of the same view, we can see it certainly isn't the same. So this is one that's being shared out of context using AI-generated imagery. But there's also these images as well that are being shared, claiming that they are from Saturday, under the guise of "seems that Brits want their country back," or saying that Grok, X's AI chatbot, estimates the crowds between 200 to 400,000 people. Again, this is AI generated. Now, there are other giveaways here as well. If we have a closer look, when we inspect the images of the crowd, we can see that the flags are certainly not St. George's flag or the British Union Jack. They do appear to have some undiscernible stripes on them. There's also the fact that the buildings and the architecture on the left are not British or not London in any capacity. But furthermore, there's also Google digital watermark synth ID present. So that's an invisible digital watermark which confirms to us that this was made or generated with Google AI tools. There's also the fact that this image has in fact been circulating the internet for some time. It was shared back in April, where it racked up 3.5 million views. It was also shared as far back as February by a Kenyan account. So even if this was real, it certainly couldn't be from Saturday's Unite the Kingdom rally, Mark.
Indeed, clearly people trying to mislead the public. It's not just AI though, is it, Vedika? There are images used from last year? That's
right. Old protest footage from last year's Unite the Kingdom rally is also being presented as current. If we have a look at this post made by Polish right-wing politician Dominik Tarczynski, he shared this aerial video claiming that it was from Saturday's Unite the Kingdom rally. Fun fact, he was actually planning to speak at the march, but he is one of the 7 individuals who was barred from entering the UK by the British government. But in fact, yes, this video is from last September's Unite the Kingdom rally. This year's demonstration didn't, in fact, cross any bridges as the route designated by the Metropolitan Police. Now, there are other accounts that have also been claiming that 2 million is the number and sharing this drone footage or aerial footage showing massive, massive, massive crowds. However, this is also, as we can see from last year's imagery, a simple reverse image shows us that this is also from September 2025, as we can see from last year, shared by The Guardian. So there is a lot of misinformation being shared here about the size of the far-right rally in London. Anti-immigration accounts have been using these images to inflate or exaggerate the numbers online, although, as I said, the Met Police estimated around 60,000 people attended in reality, which is, in fact, less than they expected, particularly with all the effort that the police put in and the amount of police that was deployed. It's also, the 60,000 figure, it's also less than half of the amount of people that attended the Unite the Kingdom rally last year, which drew in about 150,000 people. So, yeah, I think it's important to return to the facts, Mark.